Hi there, excuse me, are you... Yes, that's me. Hi. It's nice to actually meet you in person. Finally. Well, no, I suppose it hasn't been all that long. But we did share a lot very quickly, didn't we? No, that is not a complaint. The conversation flows very naturally and it's very comfortable. I like it a lot. I like you a lot. Have you noticed? All right. Well, yes, I'd love to have a seat. Let me just place an order for a. Oh. Okay. Caramel macchiato. Did you know about this, or was this a lucky guess? I mentioned it, really. I don't remember it coming up. Oh, wow. We talk about it a lot. I'm sorry. In what video? In a video? You know that I am a YouTuber. No, I didn't know. Um, I thought we just, I thought we just, randomly met in a Discord server. Is that not the case? Was this not a chance meeting online? Okay. Please explain to me how it is then. No, I'm not angry. I'm not gonna lie though, I'm a little wary. How did this... If you didn't know, how did you find out? Oh. So when we voice chatted, you recognized my voice. Uh-huh. Oh. No. Okay, no. Maybe a little. It's not weird because it's you, right? I mean, we met naturally and we got to be friends naturally and we got to like each other naturally. But it is a little weird that you knew who I was before I knew that you knew. And if I'm being honest, if I met you a different way, I would not have engaged the way I have. Well, because as a creator, I have to be very aware that my listeners, well, some of them assign a personality to me that is not actually my own. And they will be sometimes disappointed by who I actually am, or surprised, or what have you. Rarely are we going to end up being the people that people think we will be, especially if they've formed their own ideas in their heads. I'm never going to be as pretty as they imagine, or as tidy as they imagine, or as put together as they imagine, or as articulate, as intelligent, as whatever as they imagine. And if I hit one mark, I'm going to miss another, you know? So there's a little bit of that expectation, that preconceived notion that could get in the way of forming a relationship with somebody who's a listener. There's also that inherent power imbalance. I mean, we've all had it. Put me in front of Keanu Reeves and I'm going to be a flustered mess. But when somebody comes to you as a listener, as a subscriber, no, not fan. I don't like that word. Well, it's a little reductive. I don't know. I feel like the people who listen to me are listening to me because we share an interest, because we're in this sort of fantasy together. We're sort of playing with each other, that they're letting me tell those little stories and they're enjoying them along with me. That's not a fan. That's, in the words of Roy Rogers, that's a friend I haven't met yet. But as much as I feel like my listeners are my friends, right? They have already come to me having decided that they like me. They like something about me. I've already gained their approval by the fact that they're listening to me. So when I chat with listeners, I meet them as someone who is meeting anybody. I want people to like me, right? I want people to be my friend. I want to live up to their expectations, but on the other side of it, I'm just meeting them as normal people. I am meeting them with no preconceived notions. I am meeting them with wanting them to like me, but not any more or any less than anybody else, if that makes sense. Whereas they've kind of already decided that they like me and they're here for me and they're supporting me. And I have the ability to fluster some of them. And that's a power imbalance that you have to be careful of. If I meet a stranger and they don't like me, I can say, okay, well, yeah, I have nothing invested in this. I would like to be liked as much as the next person, but I don't need you to like me. We can have differences of opinion and we can like different things. But if I were to go up to somebody that I liked, I admired, I'd listened to, watched, whatever, I would be really disappointed because I have hopes that if I met Keanu Reeves, he would like me back, right? You have that hope. It's a little bit more than just, oh, I would like to be liked. It's I would like that person to like me. And it would be a bigger disappointment. And if I meet a stranger and they disapprove of me for some reason, I can let it roll off my back and say, okay, well, you can't please 100% of the people 100% of the time. But if I were to meet, again, Keanu Reeves, because, oh my God, Keanu Reeves. So if I were to meet Keanu Reeves, I'd be like really sad if he didn't like me. Which is actually why I have no desire to meet Keanu Reeves. I'm a coward. I'm such a coward. Yes, I had a chance once it was a friend of mine was interviewing him and I had an opportunity and I was not going to. I was not interested. Because I would be too flustered. I could not act normal around him. Anyway, um, but there is that bigger feeling of wanting approval. There is that bigger feeling of disappointment if you don't approve of them, or if you don't connect. If somebody wants to meet you and for whatever reason, it's just you're busy, or you just like you don't grab each other's attention, or they don't grab my attention for whatever reason, like just whether I'm distracted or whether we just don't click or whether I just don't hear what they'd said or as they said or something like that, it's a bigger disappointment for them than it would be if I were just anybody off the street that they'd never met before. So there's that. And then once you're in a friendship with them, it feels more natural for me, but I also don't know how far it's come for them. Like a lot of the people in my Discord server, I genuinely feel are my friends. But I also know that some of them get flustered when I flirt with them, when I'm just being a playful buddy and yeah. So that's why I usually feel like as far as dating, this is not the pond I should be fishing from, you know? Where does that leave us? Um where that leaves us is I don't know. I already like you. You fluster me. And I don't know how to make it work in my head that I have to be careful of intimidating you when you kind of intimidate me a little bit in all the best ways. I find you so impressive. And I'm just an idiot with a mic who's lucky enough to have a few people listen to me. That doesn't compare with what you do. That doesn't compare with who you are. I feel like you've got it all over me. So while I should be very careful of how I act around some of my listeners, because I have the ability, they've given me the power to hurt their feelings a little bit more than another random stranger would be able to. At the same time, I cannot right now imagine a scenario where you are not every bit as much in power here as I am. Because I have been so smitten with you. If I had known that you were a listener, I probably would have been a little bit more on my guard. I would have been a little gentler with you, a little kinder, a little less vulnerable myself. And I don't think we would have had some of the real talks that we've had. I would have felt too inhibited to talk to you about the things that I've done that I'm not proud of, or dirty little secrets that you've heard from me, or some of the things that might have been more salacious, that if they got online, it would be embarrassing. I just would have been more inhibited, less natural, and more cautious if I'd known that you knew. But I didn't know. And we got to be pretty close, I think. And I suppose that horse is out of that barn now. No. No, I'm not sorry at all. Not not if not if now that we're face to face, you are feeling the same kind of attraction that I'm feeling. I'm not at all sorry. Are you? Feeling the same kind of attraction that we expressed feeling when we were talking online? Alrighty then. Well, okay. In that case, I suppose we can go forward as we've been. And now I know that we have one more thing in common. We both like those silly little ASMR role plays. Hey, tell me something. Since you have been listening to me tell little stories like this all this time, would you record something for me? Oh, no. I think you'd be wonderful. I like your voice very, very much, thank you. Yeah. And the rest of you too. And caramel macchiato. Well done. I don't know when I mentioned that in a recording. I think it was like 7 months ago. So you've been paying attention. I'm going to have to keep my eye on you. You know, the funny thing is, though, while I'm talking about power imbalance and having to be aware and responsible about, trying to be kind to other people's feelings, and here you are, knowing my secrets, knowing my weaknesses, knowing that you can just fill me with caramel and have your wicked way with me. I suppose that did sound like a double entendre. Oh yeah, it's exactly like that. Okay. So here's a question for you. Now that I know that you listen to these recordings, do you ever listen to Tina Alexander? Oh my God, I love her so much. She is an absolute marketing genius, and she's so. Hey, you cupcakes. Okay, so the other day we talked about how tall is tall for women. I talked about how tall. You guys were listening because, listeners. Sorry, that was reductive. Oh, no. Friends I haven't met yet. That's what you are. The way I just said that, honestly, that sounded so sarcastic. I don't mean it. I don't mean it as sarcasm. I do actually, like, every last one of you I've met, I've been so charmed, so fond of, and there was so much truth in that that recording that I just did. I really do have this kind of, it's hard to wrap your head around the idea that there are people who listen to you who already like you, and it's so flattering, it's so kind, it's so heartwarming and so humbling, and I don't know how anybody ever feels like they deserve that much attention, that much praise, but I will just forever be grateful for it. But I go into my server, my Patreon server, and here are these people who have been so kind enough to support me and so kind enough to be able to go a little extra step when they're able to, and help me do this for a living, or move toward doing it for a living, replacing my regular work. And so it's so humbling and a little weird, because I love hanging out with them when I get a chance. I love spending time with them. They are funny and fabulous, and they're my friends. And every once in a while, I need a reminder that I am not there hanging out with, that my presence there is the reason people are going there originally. Not originally, because like a lot of you guys are there as friends. They have made friends themselves, and there is a community there that is its own thing, whether I'm there or not. But I have to be reminded that like people are there to see me, and I have to be a proper hostess and not just some goofball who's sitting in the corner at the party like I normally do. Anyway, it's been fun. It's been playful. But it's also a little bit strange to be able to fluster strangers by flirting with them. It's a little bit strange to do that. That's not true. I have done it in person a couple of times. But not people that like you've already decided for yourself, oh, I really like that guy's funny, that guy's fabulous, that guy's charming, that guy's sweet, that guy's nice, that guy likes the things that I like. I'm just looking at you guys like another, like I'm just a fucking goofball looking at you guys, looking at me. Anyway, sorry, I'm rambling about that. Why did I start on this subject? Because listeners versus friends. I can see now. I never understood it. I can see now why Roy Rogers thought that strangers were just friends he hadn't met yet. Because who didn't want to be friends with Roy Rogers at the time? I'm sure. And I'm very fortunate that I keep running into these people that have already decided that they would like to be my friend. I'm so grateful to you guys. Like I'm sure a good portion of you quite reasonably think, who gives a shit? That's like, just tell me the story. Shut up. That's good. That's fine. That's okay. But also going back to, we were talking about how tall I am. How tall is tall for a woman? A lot of you said about 5'6", 5'7". I think that's probably the common opinion. And for the people who are guessing how tall I am, you guys came very close. Most of you were within a couple of inches. I will tell the truth. The guys in the Patreon Discord server know that I am 6 feet tall. You want to know a secret? I fucking lied to them. I'm 5'11" and 3/4. I'm a lying liar who lies. And if they will forgive me, I would like to thank them for their support and give special shouts out to those sweet, sweet cupcakes. Like the newest member to the Patreon, King Can. So thank you for joining us, King Can. King Can, thank you for your support, and also for my bakers and my pound cake tiers. Thank you to Tiny the Taxman, the FPS player, Tatum Rosalie, Meryl, Inline Flaws, Mr. Rickles, Anin, Nick, Always Able, Lion in Winter, Infinite Moon, Old Bean UK, Kahlua Bear, Forces, The Swaggy Llama, Art Low, Pierce Tailish, Bellamy, Tomberry Shuffle, and Christian Kaleapa'a. I love you guys so much. Thank you for gracing my life with your presence. All right. And on that note, you know what to do. Go take care. Be as good to yourselves as you are to me. I'll talk to you tomorrow.